We are back. Where are we going? Martha's Rest. Oh, yes. Trouble, brewing.
What happened here?
Come on. We need to find the others.
I'm sorry, Sid. We were too late. The Imperials have already left.
We're best off staying where we are for now, I reckon.
Let's get you to a physical, shall we?
Martha!
Sid? What said you'd be coming? I trust you don't mind. Also thought you might need some help. And it appears he was right.
You, could say that, yes. They're saying the Imperials ascended like a storm. No one was spared their fury. Martha tried to step in and calm things down, but all our efforts got her were a pair of iron shackles and a hard march.
Any idea where?
Judging by their tracks, they headed towards Sorrowwise Bay.
To the Abbey, sheltering Martha's bearers.
The bastards. Jill and I will go after them. You take care of the people here.
We will. But, before you go, one of the locals heard something. He said the soldiers were talking about a culling. I don't know how big this is, but it doesn't sound good. Be careful out there, Sid.
You do the same.
Cole is right. That was no tavern brawl. It was a message.
But a culling. Bearers are the property of the Empire. The garrison wouldn't have the authority to act alone. The orders would have had to have come from higher up.
Any other quests in the area? No.
If those Orsons touch an air on Martha's head.
Look. Up ahead. Martha, are you hurt?
Don't worry about me. It's them at the Abbey who need you. You have to do something.
Tell us what happened.
What happened? The damn Black Shields, that's what happened.
The Black Shields.
The bastards caught wind. The Abbot and I were helping bearers. They were gonna hang us both. When the sick rose from their beds. Poor souls turned on the Imperials. Distracted them long enough for me to get away.
Then they may still be alive. Martha, do you think you can make it back to the inn? Cole is there with the other curse breakers.
I think so. Thank you, Clive.
Black shields. Is this some sort of twisted joke? There has only ever been one order of shields in this area. They fought to defend all her citizens.
Seems a step too far, even for the Empire.
Yeah, nice.
Are we too late?
There might still be someone inside.
No.
Damn it.
I thought you lot were all spent.
Murderers. They drove the bearers to this.
Wait. These two aren't turned.
That bitch of an innkeeper must have sent them. Colluding with the enemies of the Empire is a serious offense.
And for their crimes shall they be punished. Such is the law. To dwell in darkness that we may purge the night and welcome lasting dawn. On these our swords we swear. How dare you speak those words? Have you no honor?
Clive.
This won't take long. Is that all of them?
I think so. I didn't see the abbot. He may still be alive.
Found her.
The abbot.
The bearers died protecting him. Calling upon what little magic they had left in their bodies.
Clive. He's breathing.
We're friends of Martha. We're here to help.
Are the Imperials dead?
They are. Every last one.
If only that were true. The Black Shields will return. The cuttings will continue. Rosaria will never be saved unless we save her. Tell Mother to beg his aid and tell her this wasn't her fault.
I shall.
Sid, where are you? Sid!
In here! We found a survivor!
Clive.
He's gone.
He's gone.
We've laid the abbot to rest. But the bearers... they didn't need to die like this.
No, they didn't. But it was their choice. They knew the fate that awaited them and chose to meet it on their terms. Fighting for those who fought for them.
Martha said they rose from their beds, threw themselves at the Imperials so she and the Abbot could escape.
I've gathered the bearers' remains. We should consign them to the tide.
There's a drawbridge not far from here. Radix jump. The currents there are swift. If the Abbot was still with us, he'd have taken the dust there himself and performed the casting. I'll get someone to...
I'll do it.
Of course. Cole and I will remain here and see to the Imperials.
Okay. Didn't realize we were already hunting things. Yeah, interesting.
You think it's spotted us, Torgal? What am I saying? Of course it has. There's a floating island. Let's try this one. Forgive me.
What the heck? I don't remember this. Okay. Very well. Where did that set me back?
Try not to move.
They've killed my parent.
And they call themselves our country.
Let's try that again. Some sort of currency.
You didn't see that coming. That must be the bridge. So shall the waters cleanse thee of thy burden, and bear it out to sea.
And now they are truly free.
I hope so. What of the Imperials?
A pyre was made. It's more than they deserve. We should go back. Cole is worried about Martha.
All right.
Look sharp! And they call themselves our country. No one survived then?
I'm sorry. Before he passed, one of them bade me tell you not to blame yourself.
Doesn't mean I won't. Doesn't mean their blood's not on my hands. Cole said you cast their remains. That was good of you. But it should have been me. This was all my fault.
How? You couldn't have known.
But I did. And I turned a deaf ear to the warnings like the fool I am. The rumors started moons ago. Of black-clad devils descending on villages in the dead of night to slit the throats of sleeping bearers. But I assumed it was all just nonsense concocted by the Empire. Nothing but a ghost story meant to make folk think twice about lending a hand to a fugitive bearer.
And in ordinary times you would have been right. What these Black Shields are doing is unthinkable. Which begs the question, why do it at all? My mother obviously has a hand in this. I cannot make sense of her actions.
And picking what goes on in that woman's head is a job for someone with more time on their hands. Right now, I need swords and men to wield them, preferably big ones.
Big swords or big
Those
men?
Imperials think they can come in here again and threaten my people. They're in for a rude awakening. Oh, before I forget, a Stolas from Otto landed just before you arrived. He asked me to tell you that Gav has returned.
Then we must as well. Will you be all right here, Martha?
We can stay longer if you wish.
No need. I'll be ready should the Imperials come calling. Though I wouldn't turn my nose up if you were to lend me a pair of them strapping young curse breakers. Those poor souls died to give me a chance to save others. I won't let their sacrifice be in vain.
If you don't mind, Sid. I'd like to stay here with Martha. Just until she finds someone to guard the rest, that is.
Martha's a stout soul, all right. Anyone else would be out cold after what she's been through.
We'll return to the hideaway as soon as we've finished our ministrations.
We're not to move.
Oi! You there! You handy with that sword of yours? Course you are. Bet you're a bloody marvel with the thing. Now, question is, are you willing to use it or not? 'Cause a flock of noble chocobos are in need of help.
Chocobos?
You heard me right. Wild birds? Hmm? The big ones? And not just any chocobos at that. Whiteheart and her flock are the bravest birds you ever...
Chocobos?
It's true. Well, go on then.
Oh, it's a quest, okay.
There's a good...
Where can I find...
I saw him cut across the way over yon. You save Whiteheart and don't worry.
I'm sure I will.
And good luck to you.
Whiteheart. That's quite a name for a chocobo. A white feather. I thought Ambrosia was one of a kind. Speaking of brave birds. Looks like they went that way. These chocobos aren't going down without a fight. They're in trouble.
We got you cornered, Feathers. You didn't think you'd seen the last of us, did you? You've been bad for business. But I reckon someone will pay good coin to mount your head on their wall.
Not around here, they won't.
Oh? And why's that, eh?
Because she's something of a hero in these parts. You hurt her, and I hurt you.
Piss off. Or better still, how about we hurt you both?
All right then. But don't say I didn't warn you.
Get him! This one! Sick him! Now, Gorgo! Attack! Sick him!
You're safe now. White Hart, I presume. Do you know her, boy?
Wait a minute.
That scar.
It is Ambrosia.
It couldn't be. Ambrosia. It is you. You survived. And you found yourself a flock.
Oi! Is it over? I thought I'd come and see how you were getting on. Oh, well, you sorted the bastards then. I knew you would. And the whole flock made it through unscathed.
Thankfully, they did. And not only that.
Well, I'll be. I never stopped to think our hero here might once have been someone's mount. Though I dare say she'd suit a fine fellow like yourself. Reckon our feathered friend must have learned a thing or two from her master. Kind-hearted warrior that you are.
Quack.
Bird like her would have cost a princely sum. You born a lord or something?
About that.
Oh, no, sorry. I didn't mean to pry. Don't matter who you are. You done right by me.
What is it, girl?
She wants her master back, I reckon. Told you. And it seems her pals agree.
Is that it? You want to come with me?
Well, bugger me if this ain't a heartwarming sight. The lads down the stables will be hearing about this tonight. Oh, stay right where you are.
Well, it's a very important side quest to do then.
Doesn't she cut an handsome figure, eh?
She does indeed. How much do I owe you?
A few scraps of leather's the very least I owe old White Hart. Oh, I'll be sad to see her go, of course. But she's earned her right to happiness and more besides. Don't you worry. We'll get along just fine without her. You hear that, Whiteheart? You've earned yourself some time off. You have fun traveling with your master now. You seem awful familiar now I get a proper look at you. That's it. When those chocobos swarmed my cart on the road, didn't you? No, that can't be right. That fellow was a bearer.
Must have been my double.
Oh, must have been, eh? Oh, that'll be the excitement getting to me. Silly sod that I am. Pay me no mind. Anyhow, best be on my way. Good luck to the both of you.
You take care of your flock for now. I'll call you when I need you.
Yeah.
Come on.
All right. This is pod racing. I guess I'm technically done here.
So you'll get side quests with like an exclamation mark,
Uh-huh.
a plus symbol.
Uh-huh.
Where's Gav?
Gav should be back by now.
Ah, Clive! Oh, I've missed that scowl.
Where's my report?
What, no kind words for your old pal Gav?
If it's kind words you're after, you're fishing in the wrong barrel. Now sit down, you fool.
So, you remember how quick the Empire was to occupy the Dominion after the fall of Drake's head? And how pissed off all the other nations were that they didn't think to do it first?
Half a century of independence gone at the whim of a madman. So much for their bloody treaty.
Clearly, the promise of unblighted land and the world's supply of crystals was too much for his radiance to resist. And now the Republic's finally decided to follow suit, using liberation as an excuse to declare war on Sambrek. Lined up right outside the Dominion's gates as we speak, looking to starve the Imperials into submission.
And now all eyes are on the Strait of Author.
While the two nations beat their shields, the rest sharpen their daggers, ready to set upon the war-weary victor. They'll never see us coming. It's time we moved on the Mother Crystals. Four Mother Crystals remain in Storm and Ash. Drake's Breath near Ironhome. Drake's Fang in Dhalmekia. Drake's Spine in Waloed. And Drake's Tail here in the Crystalline Dominion.
With the bulk of the Republican army marching to Twinside, Drake's Fang will be left exposed.
That is exactly the move Kupka would anticipate. And If there is anything these past 5 years have taught us, is that he loves his traps.
So you go for the
There
Ironborn?
is one place, however, where nobody will be expecting us to go.
Well, Ludo would also be kind of like nowhere.
Drake's breath.
There's a shitload of sea between us and it, and I've never been much of a swimmer.
I have an acquaintance in Port Isolde who may be able to help.
Who's that then?
My uncle.
Your uncle.
Byron Rossfield.
Lord Byron Rossfield of the Seven High Houses, the trade magnate with holdings in over 100 cities. Wait, Rossfield. And you're a Rossfield, of course.
My uncle's name gave him his start in the world, but it was his acumen which earned him his fortune, along with a handsome fleet of ships.
Well, it's settled then. What are we waiting for, eh? Huh?
Kupo. Okay. Request the back.
What are we waiting for, indeed?
Think it's all right to touch him?
Clive? What do you want? That it? Fine.
Won't be long now, Martel. Try your apple soon enough. See, I was hoping to...
Is everything all right?
Oh, yeah, it's just, well...
It's good to know there's something of the old...
Martel's pride and joy. It was a sapling when she rescued it from the rubble. I took it on, you see, after she... Well, after she died. And now, and not only is it ready, it's...
Impressive.
I thought this first harvest could go to the curse, but you couldn't take them some, could you?
It'll be nice being the bearer of good news.
Oh, she always had a soft spot for that lot, see? Here you go. Martel. You hear that, Martel?
Did you come through the forge today?
Red flow. No. Is this just a fucking... Ah, nuts.
I hear there's trouble in Rosaria.
That room's as ragged as...
You two look lucky.
Martel. Now, where have I heard that name before?
Weren't she the girl from the Furrows?
Of course she was.
Aye, and brave as a bane might. Remember when she ran back into the hideaway to collect them trees when...
These aren't those apples. She'd have been proud and right.
Others weren't so lucky, though.
A gift from the back.
Blimey, these take me back. Old Sid was the only one who could even have them right from the branch. Made Martel livid.
That sounds like this.
Planning on keeping that lot to yourselves,
He's up.
I'm glad to see someone carried on what she started. Reckon she'd be happy knowing all her heart. Clive, tell the lad down in the backyard to run some over for me.
Well, I've got some. You can leave the basket with me.
That was the last of the apples. So I should head to the backyard and pass along everyone's regards.
I'm planning a journey. How are you doing? Oh, same old. So, oh. And Sid. But he's still with us too. Quick look. Think you can help?
Oh, Clive!
The patron's wish, does that mean someone else is...
Oh, no, that's still me. It's just Karen has her toll. I still catalogue every item that arrives. Business is busy. Still. Words are immortal. Is everything we've received and everything promised?
Oh. Oh, this is what... Okay.
All yours. Here you are. Best of luck out there, Sid.
What's the matter now? The hunt board. It's where the curse breakers post sightings of... just because they can't be dealt with when they're spotted. Right. The people of Valestia are going through a lot already. The last thing they need is ungodly fiends terrorizing them on top of everything. And perhaps I can. I don't think so.
Is there a way that I can track these, or... Is there a way that I can track these? Or is it just like automatically done when I put them here?
They're just in the world.
Okay.
There's no way to track them.
Oh, I can't like just like specifically hunt them? Oh, that seems weird. Why even call it a hunt board?
Them old apples were enough to curdle your guts. But these beauties are...
That room's as ragged as locks. I hear there's trouble in Rosaria.
Think it's all right to know.
They were clear.
They remember, I suppose she was very... She put everything into when she died.
And through you.
I...
By the way...
Of course not. They like your fruit, Martel? Just look at her. Isn't Martel in fine fettle? What about you? Bobby Mill here. He's got some work to do if he wants to catch up with his brother Kenneth.
Okay.
Do you think it was wise to leave, Gav? He didn't seem pleased.
I needed his eyes and nose in Dalmekia. I'm not about to let Kupka take us unawares. Besides, he has a knack for that sort of thing.
That he does.
And wasn't it Sid who said that matters such as these are best left to dominance? Especially should one of his beloved opportunities to grow and change present itself.
I always knew that I would return one day. Return to Ironhome.
For what?
After learning the truth, you were given the chance to face your past. If I am to continue at your side, I must do the same.
We will face it together then.
To the end.
Come on.
Right.
How far do you think your mother's reach extends? Will we find the same tragedy in the south as we did at Martha's Rest?
More than likely. Which is why we should hurry. There are still settlements between here and Port Isolde. We visit as many as we can and hear their stories. Starting with the village of Amber.
Oh, blue one.
This one.
Mockery of justice is what it is. Lord Elwyn would never have stood for this.
Quiet, you! Nothing but loyalists.
Jill, look.
Rosaria must be cleansed of the stain which befouls her, that she might rise once again from the ashes to welcome a new dawn. 'Twould be a pity to make examples of you all, for the transgressions of but a handful.
Of course, your lordship. You shall have our full cooperation.
What business could the Black Shields have in a village this small? There's barely room to hide a bearer.
Then they must be here for something else.
You fancy dancing a gallows jig like the Millers?
You're a long way from home, aren't you?
Could say that.
There you are. I'd pay more if I could. I reckon that's fair. I'd pay more if I could. Keep to the roads now.
Excuse me, but what was all that about earlier?
You haven't heard? Someone's been stirring up trouble. There have been attacks on the garrison, supplies stolen. They even say a Black Shield was murdered. The Empire wants answers, and what the Empire wants, Empire gets.
Don't they just?
Keep your ears open, eh? The Black Shields will pay good coin. You'd have to be dull as a sack of stones to think you could take on the Empire. What with their 100 full legions?
There was a time my husband might have stood up to those men. Though back then, he wouldn't have needed to.
Run along now, before one of the boys starts thinking you're something you're not.
Two more left to join the garrison this very moment.
You fancy dancing a gallows jig like the miller's son?
All right, I heard you the first time.
I think that's what everybody.
We're going hunting for outlaws. You seen him, didn't you?
I'm sorry.
The black ship. At least I think there was a black ship.
Was this the first time?
But what do you think? Amber's the arse end of nowhere. And Nathan, if only we were. I might have turned him in and become a black shield myself.
You don't think these firebrands the Empire is looking for could be us, do you?
I don't know. But we need to find out. Greetings, friend. We are travelers.
I know that.
We couldn't help noticing those...
Don't you go telling these strangers a thing. I speak for the people of this village, and we have nothing more to say to you. You are to leave Amber and never come back.
May I at least ask why?
I don't know who you are or what brings you here, but your presence puts us all in grave danger. The Empire is a harsh master. Its demands are great, and its justice swift. But as long as we keep our heads down and pay our tributes, we are left alone. Some might call it submission. But if it will spare my people the Viceroy's wrath, then I will gladly submit. This village will not beg.
Then we shall be on our way. These people live with a knife to their throats. In the mistaken belief that if they cooperate, my mother will show them mercy.
Obedience bought with fear.
Are you all right?
Sorry, we still don't know who the Black Sheep...
Well, whoever they are, but other than Martha, who else in Resist? A new ally would certainly be welcome. Can we find them before the imp? Perhaps the next village will
Perhaps.
pass will take us through the mountains.
And directly into the path of whoever or whatever lurks here.
Interesting.
Ever since the apology, we've seen more and more of these echoes.
What do you think is waking? The mother crystals collapse?
I have an idea. You're not going to like it. Kill! This one.
Okay. Bandits, I suppose?
More of my mother's men. Get him!
I keep on forgetting how the trick works. Okay.
Come on. You deserve a rest.
Blood, Clive.
And still wet.
You were told to stay in your homes.
The Black Shields.
You know who we are. And still, you would bear your steel. Why then, we owe you our thanks. You have saved us the trouble of an interrogation. To dwell in darkness, that we may purge the night and welcome lasting dawn. On these, our swords we swear.
Say that again. I'll show you a true shield of Rosaria.
Tell me what I want and the end will be swift. Who are you looking for?
Why, you. We come bearing a message. Your friends have been found. The branded you freed from our camps. They await you in Oldhill. Guardians of the Flame.
Those are Old Hill's gates.
Then we hurry. Find something, boy. Death.
Found her.
This was my mother's doing.
But why? Why would anyone?
I don't know. I never truly understood her. But this...
Oh, Clive.
I will learn what madness drives her, and I will end it. We should go.
Yes.
We can't leave them here like this.
We won't. But if the Black Shields have made it this far south, they may already be in Port Isolde.
We're approaching Buick Bridge. Though I doubt the Empire would let us cross over to Rosalith.
Over here!
I did, Mummy! I could hear him shouting from down the road. Snow, you didn't hear me.
How am I to sell my wares?
Passage to the provincial capital is restricted to Imperial Army personnel.
The gates are closed!
They're all Rosarian.
But this is their home.
I'm hungry.
You'll find no succor to the South Travellers, nor beyond the Buet. The Empire has seen fit to banish us from our own land.
This is no time to ride.
Yeah.
The Lazarus. What happened to this place?
My mother happened. The nobles who lived here didn't stand a chance. Let's hope my uncle fared better. That's the main gate. And it looks like we're not the only ones hoping to get in.
Mercy! Voice-riddled dogs they are! You can't ignore us forever!
Let us in, or we'll die on your doorstep!
Better out there than in here!
More than enough
Yeah,
practice!
fuck off!
Hang the chinless bastards! Those crystals belong to us all!
I said, where were you, filth? Back to your stall! Cut you down where you stand!
Just try it!
No chance of slipping through unnoticed. We'll need to find another way in. I thought we might be able to reason with the guards. Or at least bribe them.
I suspect everyone in that crowd thought the same. Was that the only way in?
Officially, yes. Strictly speaking, no. My uncle once told me that the nobles had tunnels built, so that they could visit town without having to walk amongst the rabble. The Lazarus. We'll find our way into the city there.
If you're sure. The entire place looked abandoned. Do you think it's safe?
As long as it is abandoned.
The good news is we haven't seen a single black shield since Old Hill.
Maybe they found who they were looking for. This is nothing like I remember it.
How quickly a crown can lose its luster.
Not abandoned, then.
Oi! Visitors!
Apologies. We'll show ourselves out.
Perfect. Oh, I didn't want to do that, but fine. Burn!
I've only ever seen one man fight like that. And he's long dead.
Then perhaps it's time you joined him.
The blessing of the Phoenix. It can't be. I was there when you died. Huh? Forgive me, my lord. I knew not whom I addressed. You have naught to fear from us. Founder, it really is you.
It is. So wait.
We can speak inside.
Loyalists, I suppose.
And those who wouldn't bend the knee?
We left before the Empire could make examples of us, though we didn't go far. And we banded together to form the Guardians of the Flame soon after. Alas, there is only so much a handful of aging shields can do against the might of an empire. But we've seen to it that their stay has been anything but pleasant. Of late, though,
We've had our hands full just trying to keep the Duchy's few remaining bearers out of the Imperial's clutches.
The Cullings. We saw what happened in Old Hill.
Aye. The foul work of the Black Shields and their mistress.
You mean my mother? But it doesn't make sense. Even knowing what I know about her. Her hatred for bearers was no secret, but she wouldn't have been ignorant of their value to the realm.
No offense, my lord, but in case you haven't noticed, the Lady Annabella couldn't care less about the realm. She barely even cares for her own home. That much has been plain since the slaughter at Eastpool. And, since granting the Holy Emperor a new heir, her obsession with bearers only seems to have grown. As to why, I don't know. Maybe she can't bear the thought of anyone having the power to challenge her beloved son.
Her son.
Sir Wade, the Black Shields have broken camp. They march in full force for Buick Bridge.
Then so do we.
Make ready.
This is their main host. If we remove the head, perhaps we can prevent what happened at the docks from happening somewhere else. If I do nothing, then the blood of their next victims will be on my hands.
Yours and ours. We too have witnessed the crimes these men who dare call themselves Shields have committed in my mother's name. It cannot be allowed to continue. We must put a stop to this madness.
We must. So let us go with you. For the good of Rosaria.
I was hoping you'd say that. Very well. If that is your wish, I would be honored to serve at your side.
And we at yours.
So Wade, let us do our duty.
With pleasure, my lord.
I imagine this endeavor will require more than just our wits.
Then let's hope Sir Wade has a good quartermaster.
Back up, man. At least you're not dead. I suppose we owe you our thanks. You spared us when you could have just as easily sent us to the mud.
Yes, I could have.
You are welcome to what little we have managed to salvage.
You don't have much.
Will that be all? May the blessing of the crystals go with you.
Tell us then, Sir Wade. What is your plan?
Nothing fancy. You, Lady Jill and I make for Buick Bridge, and provoke the main host at their encampment. Sensing an opportunity to end the Guardians, the Black Shields will call for reinforcements, who will be met from the rear by parties of my brothers hidden. This will allow us to wage, while the Black Shields have an advantage in
How small exactly?
Small enough. Now that I have you and Lady Jill for...
But until we arrived, that was your plan.
So wait. The bearers from Old Hill have been...
Very good.
As you command.
Thank you, Sir Wade.
There is but one thing which will grant putting an end...
And so we
We'll keep them from the
May the blessing of the Phoenix go with you.
How long have you been pursuing the Black Shields?
Since they burned their first village. We tracked down the bastards responsible and fed their corpses to Stillwind. Suffice to say, that got their attention. It's been a game of cat and mouse ever since. There they are. On your command, my lord.
Destroy them.
What is it now? I told you!
We bear a message for the Vicereine. From the Guardians of the Flame.
Ha! You presume to tell us that a pair of filthy vagabonds, a woman and a dog, could guard aught against the might of the Black Shields? Then come! Die along with your flame! Forest area!
Forest area!
Your petty revolution ends here. On these our swords we swear.
Bloody hell! Reinforcements from the far bank! Another wyvern to fight their battle for.
Well, that hurts.
More dragons.
The Imperials aren't taking any chances. I can't be flattered.
A noble stand, albeit a misguided one. In taking it, you have but proven our point. That this land is in dire need of cleansing.
Farewell.
I don't see any more.
Nor do I. The plan worked.
It did. It bloody worked. We sent every last one of the rotten bastards straight to the mud! My, Lord, perhaps this will be enough to stop the Cullings. For the time being, at least.
Perhaps. Though I doubt my mother will take this loss well. She'll move swiftly to see her minions' ranks replenished.
And then it will all begin again. I often wonder if the nation we once knew is gone for good. Her fields rot. Her people starve. We battled to preserve the flame that was, but for every foe we fell, another springs up in its place. Yet be that as it may, it is still our home, and we must fight for it. As we always have, and always will. For as long as the Firebird's flame burns in our hearts, the Duchy cannot die. And her loyal subjects may dream of a day when the Rosarian standard flies over Rosalith once more.
So wait,
Think we should fall back to Port Isolde before the garrison sends reinforcements? A sound strategy, my lord.
And how long has my uncle been funding you and your comrades' endeavors?
Since the beginning. Lord Byron was the first person I turned to after forming the Guardians. And had I known of this tunnel back then, I wouldn't almost have been hanged by the city guard for trying to sneak over the wall.
I suppose a formal request for an audience would have appeared suspicious.
And appearances must be maintained. Were the Vice-Regency to catch wind of Lord Byron's involvement in our movement, they'd seize his estate and send him to the gallows, where he would be of no use to anyone. And so, though it sickens him to the soul, he plays the part of the loyal lord, knowing that one wrong move might prove his downfall. It is why he remains ever vigilant. Don't be surprised if he refuses you an audience, especially since you're famously dead.
Then I will have to think of a way to prove that I am neither wraith nor wrongdoer.
I might have something which could help with the latter. It's the mark of the Guardians. Display it, and those who love Rosaria will know where your loyalties lie.
I shall wear it with pride.
Be sure that you do. I don't want my men attacking you again. Unless you deserve it. If only Sir Tyler could have been here to see you. Or the Lord Commander.
Thank you, Sir Wade. If there is ever anything you need.
I know. Go on now, my lord.
How accommodating. Do you really think they believe we are who we say we are?
Not a chance. Right, I guess. My uncle believes we're imposters here to rob him. And means to string us up himself.
Imagine my surprise when I was told my nephew had come to visit. Clive Rosfield died long ago. And for uttering his name here, you shall pay with your tongue! You would mock me as well?
It is I, Sir Crandall of Camelot, loyal servant to Her Serene Holiness, Saint Sybil the Unshod. Meadow, thou vile sorcerer, for thy crimes against church and crown, I shall have thy head.
Curse thee, infectious flax wench. Even in death, must thou plague me still? Very well. I shall open the gates of hell, that thou might see thy charge once more.
Bravo, Uncle. You're still the finest Maddu in the twins.
Oh, Clive, my dear boy, it's really you. You always were fond of that scene from The Saint of the Sanctuary. Never did let me play Sir Crandall.
I have a favor to ask, Uncle Byron.
Rutherford, inform the kitchens. There'll be guests. We dine immediately.
But, Uncle...
You can't very well regale me with the tale of your miraculous preservation on an empty stomach. Go on, sit. See that you use the good plates, Rutherford. So you arrived late to one of her cullings, did you? Since becoming Vicereine, Annabella has been a constant thorn in Rosaria's side, but these atrocities are a new low. Something has changed. Quite what, I don't know, but the woman we knew is gone, and a monster sits in her place.
A monster?
For better or worse, I've been charged with governing this town, and thus must maintain the illusion of obedience. That's all I can do to aid Wade and his merry band of revolutionaries.
So he's told us. You have risked much for Rosaria. Our nation will be forever in your debt.
It has been 20 years, Clive. The nation your father and your forefathers fought to defend is no more. Perhaps it would be otherwise had I the courage of my brother. All right, if it's a ship you require, a ship you shall have. I've a galley in port, but recently relieved of her cargo. She can be outfitted for the voyage in a matter of weeks.
So you believe us, then? About everything?
Believe you? Ha! Only a fool would believe even half of the things you claim. But until tonight, only a fool would have believed my nephew still lived. And besides, I have it on good authority that Clive is telling the truth.
Whose authority?
Your own, of course. You've always been a terrible liar.
Is that true?
It's not untrue.
Let's say no more about it, eh? It wouldn't do to linger on my nephew's greatest failing. The one thing I cannot believe, though, is all this about you being Sid. You were always such a good boy. But now you're quite the outlaw. Which, if I'm not mistaken, would make me an outlaw's uncle. Right then, who shall we pillage first? Rutherford, fetch me my cutlass. This will be fun.
Over there. Go on.
She's a fine ship, isn't she?
Once outfitted, she'll bear us across the boiling sea to Drustinus in the space of 3 days. Something on your mind?
Monsters. When I served the Iron Kingdom, I did so because I saw no other choice. Because once they learned that Lash would not move me, they turned it on those who could. And so I became their puppet. I let them pull my strings, telling myself it was not my hand that swung the sword, but another's. I removed myself from the truth so I wouldn't feel the pain it caused. And before I knew it, I no longer felt anything. Anything at all. I had become a monster.
Jill.
I don't want to be a monster, Clive. Do you understand? I want to choose a different path, a better path. To live on my own terms. But before I can do that, I need to come to terms with my past.
And when you do, I'll be standing there with you, just as you stood with me.
Thank you, Clive.
Oh, let's kiss already.
I must atone for my sins. Only then, when it's done, will the monster cease to be.
Just promise me that you won't die with it.
How does nobody see his scars and not think, oh yeah, this looks kind of the shape of the bearer symbol?
And there is much to tell the others. founder knows what awaits us in the Iron Kingdom, but Vivian could probably make an educated guess. I didn't take...
Oh, this? I borrowed it from... Oh, where's your sense of it from spit roast?
It fits my...
Well, no, but you're made of...
Something tells me...
Fantastic!
So...
chances. The only problem is that while the recipe is extremely detailed in most respects, a beast, no doubt.
Does the book say anything?
Well, only that the sweetest violets sprout...
Roses. One of the butchers in Martha's Rest might know some.
Did you come to borrow a book, Sid? You can't have this one.
How good it is to see you, Clive. I
Increase your
don't
knowledge.
believe you've read this particular chapter before.
Aw.
What subject shall we consider today?
Ooh, plus. Any other quests?
Typical nobles.
How did we never...
There are
hear
new
of
billets
these
being
Guardians of
posted
the
every...
Flame?
Clive! Oh, am I glad to see you?
Is something wrong?
It's Blackthorn. He ain't himself. And if I'm honest, he ain't been for a while. That normally it only takes a couple of drinks to perk him back up, but not this time. Something's getting him down. And whatever it is, he ain't telling. It's like he's lost his spark, you know? He's barely got enough fire in his belly to get the ump about stuff. But I'm thinking he might if we both bent his ear, because he respects you, innit? So, what do you say?
Fine.
Knew you'd understand.
But if he doesn't want to talk...
All right. Now, he'll only smell a rat if we both turn up at once. So, I'll go first, wait a bit, then head over when you're ready.
Oh, I wasn't expecting you back so soon. Here's everything we've received and everything promised. Here you are. Best of luck out there, Sid.
What is this item? Yeah. I don't know how much that's gonna do.
Back again, Lord Rosfield. What will it be today, then?
The Iron Kingdom.
You'll soon be setting sail for the Mother Crystal that rises. There was a time when a true-blooded Rosarian had only to brave the waves to visit it. But then the Ironblood made their move. As you know, the Iron Kingdom rules over the islands to the west of Storm. Or rather, its church does. But this is not the pragmatic approach to state religion employed by the Holy Empire to manipulate the masses. No, the Iron Kingdom is the literal embodiment of the crystalline orthodoxy. And so, if one is to understand it, one must start there. As the name implies, the orthodoxy holds the Mother Crystals sacred, and they do not take kindly to heathens plundering the objects of their worship for the means to fill washtubs and light lamps with frivolous feats of magic. Indeed, the faithful consider ether a sinful thing, a poison no less. And to them, a dominant is an instrument of evil, albeit one they have proven only too happy to turn against their enemies. Some 80 years ago in Northern Storm, Drake's eye collapsed. Soon after, in pursuit of ether and with the Blight at their backs, the Northern Territories descended upon the Grand Duchy of Rosaria. And when the Shields of the Flame marched north to meet them, the Iron Kingdom spied an opportunity. A few short days later, the Crusaders landed on the island of Mount Drastanus, home of Drake's breath, and plucked it from the Duchy's grasp. Rosaria tried to reclaim it, of course, but to no avail. I doubt more than a handful of Duchy men have set foot on its shores in your lifetime. Nor are they like to again, under the Empire's stewardship, meaning the Iron Blood will keep their island, and with it, the foothold they need to march on mainland soil when next they spy an opportunity. The Mother Crystal is both the object of the Iron Blood's worship and their gateway to the continent, making Drastanus the holiest of holy grounds, from which the Orthodox Crusade shall one day sail forth to claim the remaining Mother Crystals, or die trying.
My father and my grandfather both traded blows with the Iron Blood for control of Drake's breath. Had things unfolded differently at Phoenix Gate, we would have sent our entire fleet against them.
But instead, they sent their fleet against Rosaria, sacked the capital, killed the men, and captured the women, including Jill. I'd say you'd be forgiven for wanting a little revenge, Clive.
My only aim is to destroy the Mother Crystal. But thank you all the same. Not much else to do here. Let's see if Jill's ready.
Ah, my favorite pupil. One would think. I admit. A far more reputable. My beloved homeland. Or at least, it was. How may I help you today?
Ah.
Here's the latest information I have. One must understand one's place in the world. Thus ends today's lesson.
Typical nobles.
I could have sworn we had a few.
That monster's taking quite a liking to me.
What's it got to do with me?
August was worried that something had been weighing. I thought you might want...
I told you not to stick...
Clive just wants to help. Talk to him. Please, mate.
It's not the sort of thing you...
Why don't you tell us all?
Karen and I have an arrangement. I keep an eye on Goots, and she shows me what the competition's up to. Anyway, the other day, she shows me a cuirass she's come by. Masterpiece of level work. Lights. Made my stuff look... Should have brought the bastard thing there and then just to study it, but I was too proud. There. You got what you came for.
All right. I always thought of old Blackthorn as a bit of a force of nature. Didn't think anything could rattle him.
Blackthorn's always taken pride in his craft. Something tells me this is only gonna... If he has doubts, it will affect his work.
I couldn't agree...
He said he should have bought that cuirass. Assuming you're happy to...
Too bloody right.
Glad to hear it. Karen, Blackthorn mentioned that you'd recently come by a leather cuirass.
And he ain't been himself since he saw it.
Sorry, sold it all. Didn't think Blackthorn cared for it the way. But it was nicely put together, that's for certain. Makes all his stuff to order. But the...
You don't know where we might find...
Like I said, there's a bit... Don't trust hunters neither. Which means...
I see.
He did tell me something. Apparently, his next commission...
Here! There's a griffin on the hunt board. The curse breakers were placing bets on who'd bag it. Now, where the bleeding hell was excited? Somewhere in Sambrec, maybe?
Thank you, Karen.
At least you would...
So... It sounds like going after that griffin might be...
I'll leave the hunting to you while you get on with...
Good idea.
All right.
Be over soon.
You ready?
I think so.
Jill, you weren't talking.
No, it's what I need to, and I know that.
Always.
And I'll be all whilst.
We'll make him.
Where is this griffin gonna be? Maybe here.
Come on. Time to fight. All right. No need to ride from here.
How about just connects? Let's go like this.
Come on.
Yeah!
Where do I go? guess it could be there.
Good day to you, Sid.
Which way do I have to go? Ish.
But when can I go on a special errand for
This is a maze. Where is this griffin? Where is this griffin?
You're quite talented with that rod of yours.
What is the justice thing? Do you remember if the griffin was here? Or like was it here somewhere? Huh. No, I need to go above. Now is it this way? Yeah. Cellar passage. Oh, that's still in town, I think. So it has to be this way.
Ready, go?
The dragon.
Time to fight. Griffins don't exactly make for easy prey. Let's hope our craftsman hasn't bitten off more than he can chew.
Okay, I'm in the right place. Yeah, this is it. thought I... Okay, it wasn't daunting.
Something there, boy. Could that be our man? Are you all right?
Dare say I'll survive. That griffin caught me before I could get an arrow off. Must have lost sight of me in the grass, though. I'd be dead if it hadn't.
More likely than not.
The name's Camille. I'm a lowly leather worker, if you couldn't tell by the smell of me.
Not so lowly from what I hear. Do you remember selling to a merchant by the name of Karen?
She's not an easy woman to forget. Bought a cuirass from me after I lost my buyer. Quite taken with my work, as far as I recall. Didn't stop her bartering me down to a pittance, though. She send you for a refund?
It's not her who sent me.
consider me flattered.
You should be. He's a master of his art, and not an easy man to impress.
Blacksmiths are proud folk. Yeah, it's a rare thing indeed for one to praise a glorified tanner. And I don't imagine an impressive swordsman like yourself would be getting your steel from any but the best. I'd dearly love to help a fellow craftsman, but...
Oh no, another thing?
Well, actually, I suppose you could give him this.
What is it?
Treated leather. Same stuff I used to make that cuirass. If your man's as skilled as he sounds, he'll know what he's looking at.
You sure?
Well, you did save my life. And thanks to you, I'll be going home with all the griffin hide I can carry. I'd say it's the least I can do. Short of showing him how to make the thing myself, that is. But there are rules against it. Secrets of the trade and whatnot.
In that case, I'll see that he gets it.
I'd be much obliged if you would. Right. I've got some greaves to make. You send your blacksmith my regards.
Will do. And thank you. Hopefully this will sweeten Blackthorn's mood.
Actually, should have... Let me do the other quest. Shit. Go to the butcher. What have you got?
Anything catch your eye?
Interesting.
Very well.
Thank you for sticking with us.
Those of us who are still here have to look after each other, don't we?
Ah, well.
Unwanted violets.
Why, I haven't heard folk call them. You're looking for scorpion tails. Unwanted violets is what folk used to chuck them in the pot when they were, and even if they were.
Do the scorpion...
I dare say they do.
Thank you.
It's a bit of ways away. Check about my way there.
Stay sharp.
Don't you go causing any trouble now.
Good girl.
Yeah!
Scorpions. At least I know what I'm up against.
Wakened winds!
I better get this back to Yvonne before it goes bad. Or any worse, at least.
Did you find...
I did indeed.
Marvellous! Let's see. What am I supposed to do with this? It's poisonous, surely.
You wouldn't be wrong.
I present Chance's Stew, risen once again from the ashes of obscurity. Grab a spoon, Sid. Let's eat while it's hot.
I'd prefer
I'm not hungry.
Well, it'll be too late once I've licked the bowl clean.
Yeah, let's go for it.
Odin's teeth. What assault on the senses. It's like choking on swamp water. And yet, up through the pungency, there rise complex, meaty notes.
Oh no.
It takes a moment to recover from such an onslaught of flavours, but never have I. I must share this gift. I won't rest until a steaming bowl of Chance's Stew sits before a single mouthful, and Molly will be breeding
I'm...
That monster's taken quite a liking to Lady Cat.
And with a bit of luck. How'd it go, Clark? Did you find him?
I found him. And he asked me to give you this.
You're joking.
He said he wouldn't teach you how to work it, but that if you were as skilled as you sounded, you'd have no trouble understanding how it was done.
So that's his secret. Crafty bastard. He's layered and cross-grained it. Good few times, too. No wonder it's tough. And that's no ordinary oil he's used to get that finish. Oh, this is fine work. Even finer than I thought.
Yeah? I'll take your word for it. Just looks like leather to me. Still, I'm glad you're happy. Here, Clive. You didn't happen to catch the fella's name, did you?
Camille, I believe.
I thought as much. There ain't many leather workers in the realm daft enough to do their own hunting, see? And his name kept cropping up when I was asking around. Turns out he's from Tabor. And again, most leather workers are. But our friend Camille guards a long-held family secret, the details of which are the subject of some debate in the leather-working community.
Then we better keep this close to our chests.
Listen, sorry for putting the both still. I'm glad.
That was the idea. Clive's idea, anyway.
It's good to have you back, Blackthorn.
Just don't expect me to go turning out work like this. There's a reason he does his own hunting. He knows exactly what hides to look for. And don't get me started how much... I reckon I can make something about as good. Something occurs. Anyway, enough narrowing.
Okay.
Looks like we won't be needing a new blacksmith.
As if there was a better... I wouldn't have been the same anyway. Right, now that's sorted. Thanks, Clive.
Drake Slayer.
Back, are ya? What do you want?
Electrum.
Don't waste my time. You ain't got the stuff.
Gelatinous mass. Mask.
That it? Fine.
I wonder. Karen!
And what can I do for you? Fine purse weighing you down?
Wages of Warcraft. Increases ability points earned. No. Oh, I should get that. EXP earned. Gil earned.
It'd better all be here. Come again.
Yeah, actually, that's probably better.
Don't. I'm not much bothered either way.
I think we'll call it here. I will see you on the next episode.